Okay, so here are the WorkTall boots in the box. Let's grab them out. Take a look. In fact, before we go on, I think it's probably wise that I explain a few things to you about how I ended up with this product. So about 4 months ago, I get a phone call out the blue from a guy called Jeff. Jeff basically explains that he used to be a plasterer and now he's no longer doing plastering, but he's been working on trying to solve a problem that he's been having since retiring from plastering. Now Jeff's problem is with his knee. His knee has been causing him a great deal of discomfort and pain and lack of mobility, and all of this comes from a repetitive use of the knee joint by going up and down ladders and hop-ups all of his career. So Jeff got straight onto the researching and developing of a new product that he hopes can help tradespeople and plasterers all around the world prevent this situation happening to them. This is what he produced. Okay, I think this video has gone a bit off the rails, so let's go back to the start and do a normal review of these WorkTall boots. So here they are. Have a look at these bad boys. They retail for $54.99 in the UK. Luminous orange, which is an interesting colour choice, but I suppose you're very visible when you're on them. Safety first and all that. And here you can see the Velcro straps. There's a rubber seal around the bottom and the logo on the side. So as plasterers, we all know that jumping up and down on hop-ups is pretty bad for your knees. There's a risk of falling. It's pretty draining and it's very time consuming, especially if you've got a large ceiling or something like that. But the WorkTalls are essentially a solution to this problem without needing the 30 years of circus training that you need if you'd like to use stilts. Compared to stilts, they're very fast to put on. You just pull the Velcro straps over your foot and through the buckle and stick them down, and there you go, start walking around. Now obviously, to start with, you do walk a little bit robotic, it's only natural, but they are quite easy to get used to. And you're only 12 inches off of the ground, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've got 12 inches under each step, it's more than enough. So I tried these boots on carpets, on dust sheets on carpets, on tile, on laminate, on wood, all kinds of different surfaces, and they seem to do the trick on all of them. The rubber seal around the bottom definitely helps. This is replaceable, you can buy a new one if they go, but mine seem to be perfectly fine. So as long as the surface is flat and clear, you're good to go. One tip is that I would recommend putting your skim and splash bucket on a hop-up, just so you're not bending too far down to get to your skim, and it just brings those things up to you rather than you going down to them. So all in all, with the positives, they're very stable on flat surfaces, usable on multiple surfaces, far less knee bending, quicker plastering, less tiring, and lightweight. But this is only half of the story, so let's take a look at the flip side of the coin and find out why I wouldn't necessarily recommend these boots to everyone. With the main purpose of these boots being to reduce the long-term strain on the knees, it's important that we weigh up the risks that these boots mitigate with the risks that these boots present. As with anything in the building trade or in life really, there is a certain level of risk. Nothing is risk-free, and it's up to you to determine whether the juice is worth the squeeze. So I've been testing these boots out for about 3 months now, and in those 3 months I've probably used them maybe 10 times, and of those 10 times, I've probably rolled my ankles twice. I fell off, one time put my elbow through a wall, and 2 out of 10 times is a significant number. It's hard to really frame that in any way, because when you're using a hop-up, you don't fall out off a hop-up 2 out of the 10 times that you use it, so it's definitely a significant factor. The way you actually roll your ankle with these boots is kind of unusual, and I'll explain why. Normally when you roll your ankle, you roll it outwards, so you'll go over on the outside of your foot. WorkTall have clearly had this in mind when they've designed these boots, so they've actually got like a triangle protrusion on the outside of the foot, so you can't roll your foot outwards because of this. However, you can roll your foot inwards when you're taking a side step, or if you was to, say, treading a little bit of debris or something on the floor, a bit of rubble, which was to tip your foot slightly inwards, you can go over on the inside of your foot, and this is what's happened to me on both occasions. It was pretty painful. Luckily there was no damage, but had I not had a wall to grab onto or something like that, then it could have been quite bad. So if you remember back when I spoke to Jeff at the start of the video, he actually told me that there were some rumours or people complaining saying that these are ankle snappers. He told me that that was nonsense, and unfortunately I'm telling you, even though it's probably not likely, it is a possibility, so please do bear that in mind. So let's round up the negatives. You look a bit like a Spice Girl. They're bulky and take up quite a bit of space in the van, mainly due to their design, a little bit difficult to store. You've got to have a fully clear room and make sure there's no tripping hazards before you go. They're not that great for stairs, and these boots almost certainly can cause a major injury. So if you're going to use them, just bear that in mind. WorkTall boots are an invention with a great intention: to save and protect the knees of plasterers and workmen all around the world. They are useful, and in the right environment, clear of anything laying on the ground, they can certainly speed up a set of plastering, save you time, money, and also your knees as an added bonus. But the difficulty is figuring out whether saving your knees might cost you an ankle or two. Personally, I accept that nothing is without risk, and if I have a large ceiling in a clear room, I'll certainly use the boots again in the future. These boots make stilts easy. So easy in fact that you can forget that what you're doing is actually something worth paying careful attention to. If you've enjoyed the video, please give us a like. Please remember to subscribe if you're wanting more videos like this, other plastering and building related videos and product reviews, etc. Leave us a comment down below if you've got any questions. Goodbye.